Hello and welcome to Full Potential Fridays. I am Heidi Denning and this is my co-host Nina Mapson Bone, and
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Nina. We're going to come to you every Friday morning at 9 a.m. with shots of inspiration and practical strategies to help you empower your team. Good morning, Nina. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited about this, Heidi. I know that we're both very passionate about full potential, about helping people be their best at work, at home, in life. So I'm really excited about Full Potential Fridays.
Yes, and today we've got a wonderful topic. It's all about how much our mindset matters. And I think when we have had a year like 2020 and our mindset can be impacted on a daily basis with all the changes and all the uncertainty, it's really important for us to understand that when we kind of get stuck in that spot where we feel paralyzed, or when we're feeling really negative and we don't feel that we can move forward, that we have a couple of hacks or a few hacks that we can slip out of that negative mindset into a positive one. Would that be something that you've been working on this year, Nina?
Oh, just a bit, Heidi. I can't imagine anyone that hasn't been working on that this year. And what I'm loving that we're going to do today is that we're actually going to talk about 3 very practical, as you say, mindset hacks that we can use that are actually proven by neuroscience, proven to change your mindset. And the trick of it is you have to do it when you least feel like it, because that's when you most need to do it. So if you can always remember that, the moment you're really feeling bad, you got to think about one of these 3 hacks that we're about to share with you and pick the one that works for you.
Absolutely. And thank you for saying that, because it's not about having to do them all, right? You know, we're going to share 3, but some of them, 2 of them, maybe even 3 of them, but hopefully only 2 of them might not work for you particularly. And I know you've got your favorite. I've got my favorite that it's kind of like the go-to ones. So today is about just choosing one. So let's get started on what they are.
Right.
So the very first one, the very first mindset hack that is a very useful one to have when you are feeling in that place when you're stuck, things are overwhelming, the challenge is too much, the inbox is too full, the project deadline is looming, and you feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Number 1 hack is to get moving. Move the body. Now, we know, of course, best case scenario would be go outside and get into nature and walk around the block. But of course, that's not always possible. And so we need to find things that we can do perhaps in our office, at our desk. Nina, what do you do when you know you need to just kind of move to shake it off? What do you do?
I love this one. I'm laughing because for those of you that don't know Heidi, just before we went live, she was warming up by doing this and shaking it off. So this is obviously a good one for you, Heidi. But there's a couple that I do for myself. So obviously the walking outside in nature, especially the working from home. I've loved being able to take my dog for a walk on a daily basis. And, you know, fur babies have been a real winner in COVID. And one of the other things I did when we were working from home, if I was feeling a bit kind of stuck, would I just run up and down our stairs a couple of times, because it really gets the heart pumping and it really gets, you moving. But the big one we've done at work, and this has become a bit of a thing in our office, and when we've all been on Zoom meetings, and I can see Dean on the comments, so I know Dean's a big fan of this. Dean, you know what's coming, and I'm expecting you to join in, Dean. If we're on a Zoom meeting and it's getting a bit flat and the energy's getting a bit low, we'll all scream our favourite word of COVID, which is, and I'm going to show you what we do, we all go, pivot, and then we all in our chairs or get up and turn around and just kind of change our physicality, which we find really helps change our mentality as well.
Absolutely. I do love that. And of course, I'd imagine by the time you have spun around 180 or 360 degrees, you probably all have a smile on your face, right? Because it's kind of silly and fun. Yeah. The other one I do, and if no one else is around and it doesn't matter to me, or if I'm amongst colleagues, it doesn't matter. And I get up and I do this, and it's just something about getting the shaking it off. I think Taylor Swift had a song about that, didn't she? Shake it off. Maybe that's what we do.
You can see Heidi in the comments that they're trying to make me pivot as many times as possible, because they know every time they write it, I have to do this,
do
right?
it. Oh my God. Well, I need you to focus, Nina, because we've got to move on to our next one. Thank you, Dean and Nikki and Rebecca, for continuing to say that word. So the number 2 mindset hack to do is to find joy. Find something that makes you laugh and giggle out loud. Oh, the serotonin and then endorphins that go off throughout your body when you do that. And just as you said, Nina, like doing your pivot would bring that on. So it's like you're ticking 2 boxes in one go, isn't it?
Exactly. And I can see, I'm loving that all of our team are having a very big laugh on their computers now, because they really are trying to see how many times they can make me pivot on a LinkedIn and Facebook Live. But I'm not doing it anymore because we've moved on to
no.
So yeah, having a laugh, Heidi. I love this one. Some of you may know, most people don't, that many years ago I used to be very involved in acting, and I actually used to do a lot of improvised comedy. So I was involved in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival doing improvised comedy. So that kind of strain is really important to me. And I'm known for my completely inappropriate humour. So far, it hasn't got me into trouble, but I'm waiting for the day that it might. But I kind of work on the assumption that even if everyone else is groaning and not finding it funny, if I'm making myself laugh, that helps keep me positive, and that's going to impact. So I think absolutely have a laugh. And when times are tough, a little bit of black humour can actually really help ease the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, again, this year, far out, haven't we all needed to find anything to give us a good laugh and put a smile on our face? So I think as leaders, when we are leading teams, especially noticing that people are in our teams and feeling a bit down in the dumps. I mean, of course, it's harder through a screen to actually pick up those cues. But as leaders, we need to be able to pick up those cues and find the ways to lighten the load off people, because of course not only are things difficult at work, but there are layers of people having to really struggle at home. So as leaders, to be able to tap into these, what can we do as a leader to help lighten the load and bring a smile to our team members' faces? And exactly. I don't know about you, but I follow Celeste Barber on social media, and let me tell you, she is a crack up and far out. If I am feeling a bit down and out, I have to just go on and have a look at Celeste, whatever she's done that day. And that's certainly
she's right. I think it's that irreverence. I think and that's what Celeste Barber does so well. If you can just, especially when things are very serious, we're a long time not on this planet. So let's just not, we actually have a value at Beaumont People, which is a value of fun, where we say we love what we do, but we take our work seriously, but we don't take ourselves seriously. And sometimes it's great just to move on from the kind of that level of seriousness. So yeah. So what's number 3, Heidi? Let's hear about the third tip.
Number 3 of mindset hacks that we're going to share with you this morning on Full Potential Fridays is about music. Having that one song that just lifts you up and makes you feel good. And I don't know if you're going to be brave enough this morning, Nina. Are you going to be brave enough to sing a little tune? Are you?
Do you not know me at all, Heidi? I've got no shame about anything, right? So here's my song. My song is an old song. It was actually released the year I was born, and I would imagine most people wouldn't know it. But if you don't know it, I encourage you to go and look it up. It's a song by Kiki Dee. She's most well known for her duet with Elton John, but Kiki Dee, and she has a song called I've Got the Music in Me. And if I'm in a negative state of mind, it's always been my song all through my life for cheering myself up. And if I sing it for you, I'm going to show you all 3 of these tips in action, because it's gonna make me move. It's going to be hilarious because I'm not a very good singer, and we'll get the music. All right, but the words are really important. So here we go. It goes. Ain't got no trouble in my life, no foolish dream to make me cry. I'm never frightened or worried. I know I'll always get by. I heat up, I cool down. When something gets in my way, I go round it. Don't let life get me down. Gonna take it the way that I found it. I got the music in me. I got the music. You get the gist. It goes on from there.
The big clap. Amazing. You saw it here on LinkedIn Live, Nina Mapson Bone doing her solo. Thank you, Nina, for doing that.
You're more than welcome. I might regret it later.
I wish we could have the entire song, but because we've promised everyone we're doing only 10 minutes of inspiration and strategies, we are going to wrap this around. We had Nina's amazing, she did it 3 out of 3, movement, joy, and music all in one go by singing us her favorite song. Thank you for that. We will be here every Friday at 9 a.m. I don't know, maybe we'll get Nina to sing every week. I don't know.
Probably not.
But if you would like to find out if your team are reaching their full potential, we have a scorecard. It take you about less than 2 minutes to get a score to see how they are tracking right now. And we're going to put the links in the comments. So please feel free to take that scorecard so you can see if your team is meeting their full potential right now. Nina, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you, Heidi. Look forward to seeing you and everyone else for Full Potential Fridays next week.
All right. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Happy Friday.